Okay, in the first video on our pronoun overviews, we defined the pronouns and we defined the antecedent, the noun or noun phrase replaced by the pronoun, and we looked at the personal pronouns, those pronouns that change by person and number. Okay, and in this video, let me move this up out of the way. In this video, I want to talk about the pronouns that don't change by, at least don't change by both person and number. Okay, and the first one we're going to do are this is actually pretty easy, are the reciprocal pronouns. And these are each other, they're phrases, each other and one another. Okay. So we helped each other. We helped one another. Okay. So, and we can also have them in the possessive. We married each other's sisters, or we married one another's sisters. Okay. The demonstrative pronouns, and you may remember the demonstrative determiners, and it's the same four words: this, that, these, and those. Okay, and these, there's no person, but these are used for singular antecedents, and these are used for plural antecedents. And the difference between these and the determiners is how they're used. Determiners are used like an adjective: this dog, that dog. And the demonstrative pronouns are used like a noun phrase: this is a dog. Okay. So, related to those, because they're also determiners, are the indefinite pronouns. Okay, and if we remember from the others, we talked about the indefinite pronouns for words like any and many and all and few. Okay, but in the indefinite pronouns, we also consider all of the numbers: 1, 20, the cardinal numbers, and first, 50th. Okay, and if you're replacing a noun phrase that contains an antecedent that contains one of these types of determiners, you can basically change that determiner into a pronoun and use it in place of the noun phrase. So, I don't have any money. As long as it's clear you're talking about money, you can say I don't have any. Okay. So those are the indefinite pronouns, and that's just a few of them. Obviously, there's a lot of these. Okay, so that's good. Okay, the demonstrative, the interrogative. Okay, these are interesting because we don't know what the antecedent is yet. Interrogative pronouns. Okay, we don't know what the antecedent is yet, and these are words who, whom, whose, which, or what. So we'll say who is going to the store. Okay, well, I really don't know what the antecedent to who is yet, but I'm hoping somebody will answer me. John is going to the store, and then John would be the antecedent. Okay. Now, the relative pronouns. Okay, the relative pronouns are used to relate a clause to a specific word, okay, or a specific antecedent. So I'm going to antecedent, okay, and this is just going to be any antecedent. So this is any head of a noun phrase, and then I'm going to, I'll give you the list in a minute, but which, okay, was delivered. Let's give it a today. Okay, and so this which connects this clause, okay, if this is the subject and this is the verb, and in this case an adjunct, an adverb. Okay, so the computer, which was delivered today, the dog, which was delivered today, the mail, which was delivered today, okay, the meal, which was delivered today, okay, and the pronouns are who, whom, whose, which, and that. Okay, and you probably thought you knew what I was going to write. Okay, and the difference in these is again how they're used. Okay, these are used in questions, and these are used in introducing a relative clause. Okay, and then finally, give myself some room. I'm going to give kind of two oddballs because they really don't have antecedents. The empty, it, and existential, empty, it, and existential, there. Okay, and these don't really have an antecedent, but they're used to give a subject where we might not be able to figure out what it ought to be. So here's kind of the classic example. It is raining, just to make it interesting, today. Okay, and actually it is raining today while I'm doing this video. So what is raining today? You know, we really can't come up with a subject for the fact that it's raining. So we just use this it as a subject, but it really doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't represent anything. Hence, it's the empty it. Okay? And then the existential there is similar. If we want to make a statement that something exists, okay, we will, back up. We will use there, okay, just as kind of a tag word. There is a, okay, tavern. There is a tavern here. Okay, could be in this town. Okay, so there is a tavern here. Okay, so there really doesn't represent anything. It's just an introduction word to get us into a sentence that lets us know that something exists. Okay, and a lot of languages have an existential subject. Okay, just to or some kind of a construction, so that we can state that something actually is, something actually exists. Okay, a there is statement. Okay, and so let's go back and do a quick review. So we talked about pronouns, replace nouns or noun phrases. They're closed. They're grammatical. The antecedent is the noun or noun phrase replaced by the pronoun. And almost all pronouns have an antecedent, and we need to keep track of it. This is one of those 99% rules. Okay. The personal pronouns are the ones that change with person and number, and they agree with either in this case, the subject, the object, the noun phrase that makes up the subject or the object. In this one, what owns the subject or the object. And then this one is shown when the object is the same as the subject. Okay, the reciprocal pronouns, each other, one another. The demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, there, these, those. Okay, the indefinite pronouns, of which there are quite a few examples. And these are basically determiners that can be used as pronouns. Okay. The interrogative pronouns, which actually have an antecedent, but we don't know what it is yet. Okay, that's what we're trying to find out in the question. The relative pronouns that link a relative clause to a noun phrase, to a noun in the head of a noun phrase. And then we have, I guess I should underline these. Then we have these two kind of oddballs, the empty it and the existential there, which are used as kind of dummy subjects in those specific cases. Okay, in those special cases. Okay, with that, I will stop here, bring it back to the top, and I will go make another video.